Should you type or dictate your novel? It seems a very functional question, but if you're committing to 80,000 words, this question will have a significant impact on your life experience over the coming months. For the past couple of weeks, I have switched to try out dictation, and I have to say it makes a big difference to the writing experience and also to the nature of the output that you produce. Let me contrast those two experiences. First, dictation. The first point here is the freedom. With dictation, literally all you need is your phone. You can take that anywhere. It's the summertime. I've been down at the beach and writing my novel whilst looking over the water. When you get stuck, you don't feel it's a big problem because you're at the beach or you're at your favorite cafe or on a hillside, wherever it may be. You feel quite grand, relaxing back in your chair. It doesn't feel like work. The flip side of this, of course, is the potential for distraction. You can get a little too engrossed in the sea or watching the passers-by. Sometimes it is useful to feel like you are working. The second major point is the speed. It did feel like shifting into the fast lane. I got an impression that I was done for a section in about half the time as when I was typing on my laptop. I've done some quick research online, and the studies seem to show that dictation is 2 to 3 times faster than typing for the average person. This means that you can afford to get a little bit distracted, to look over the waves, to enjoy yourself a bit more during the process because you have all those speed gains. The potential downside, and maybe this cuts some of the extra time that I gained, was I noticed the writing was less precise. I spent a lot more time on the opening section of a chapter than I was expecting. That was producing a lot of good ideas that potentially I could use in other parts of the novel. However, it wasn't so precise to the skeleton plot. There are ways of managing this, of course. I've started taking photos of the plot outline and having them as reference on my phone when I have those moments of hesitation or when I feel like I'm going a little bit off track. Let's now analyze good old-fashioned typing. With this one, I felt a more natural sense of focus. This comes from your body language, I think. You are aligned to the screen, your eyes are facing forwards, your vision is constrained within this white rectangle of a page. There is less visual stimulus that could take you away from what is inside your mind. The second point was I noticed a greater sense of precision when I looked back on what I had written. I was holding more clearly to the plot points and to the pacing that I had envisaged when drafting the plan for that chapter. I think this flows from the fact that you are moving more slowly when you are typing. You have an ingrained filter for what you are doing. You can select out more ideas. At the same time, you wonder about the fluidity of what you're writing, the creativity of those ideas. If you are literally putting yourself within these straight lines, staring straight forwards at something that is blank, how much excitement is running through your mind? How closed is it to potentially grasping ideas out of the air? My personal conclusion is that I will lean much more heavily on dictation going forwards. I think it will become the primary form of doing the first draft of a novel. What I am going to look out for is the distraction. So use the speed, use the freedom, but vary your method. Pick what suits your mood and what you need at this phase of writing your novel. Try them both side by side and let me know your own conclusion in the comments. Until then, I'll see you next time.